Hey, what's up guys? It's LDJ Writes here, or otherwise known as LD Jones. And if you guys are new to my channel, thank you for checking out this video. And I'll give a quick background on myself before we get into the vlog for this week. I am a mostly fantasy and science fiction writer, but for Camp Nano, I am working on a murder mystery neo-noir thriller type novel. The working title is Court of Rooks, and I'll put the cover that I have for it somewhere on the screen. I actually don't know which hand it's going to be over, but it's going to be over one of these hands. And yeah, so yeah, that's my project for this week. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about it, you can check out the previous 2 episodes I have in this series. And yeah, we are in week 2, and I'm not sure if you can see the calendar behind me. I missed my goal on 3 of the 6 writing days I gave myself. I also did not write on Sunday. So week 1, I actually only missed my goal by about 385 words. So with that considering I didn't write on 4 days, 4 out of the 7 days, I think I did okay. Actually, no, I lied. I did write on 4 days, but I didn't make my goal on one of them, and I only missed it by a couple of words. So I probably should have just put a check mark on that one, right? But I didn't meet the goal actually, so I didn't. But yeah, I'm down 385 words for the first week. Today I'm recording this. It is July 8th. Yeah, it is July 8th. I did not write on Sunday, but I did write yesterday on the 7th, Monday, and I wrote 2,408 words. I wrote an entire chapter. I wrote the entirety of chapter 4, which was a bit of a weird one for me to write a little bit. The first 3 chapters, I really get straight into the story, and chapter 4 kind of feels like I hit the brakes a little bit. Not really, it's just the story is progressing, but I kind of just took a quick detour to further flesh out my main character and a little bit more of the world. And I also used chapter 4 to set up one of Dominic's suspects, who is a woman who is running for mayor, whose policies and general thinking towards the city of Black River falls in line with a lot of the serial killers' doctrines and the way that they're going about these killings. So he listens to a podcast actually where she's talking about how she wants to change the city, and the things she's saying tip him off towards, wait, she kind of sounds like what I would expect the killer to say if they were being interviewed. So that's kind of how chapter 4 is going. I liked what I wrote, but it does definitely feel like I hit the brakes a little bit, so I may have to go back and revisit that and try to make it a bit more exciting, but that will be for the second draft of the story. So yeah, that's what I've done so far this week. It's only Tuesday, and I'm gonna write today, but for today actually, I did want to take some time to rework my whole murder plot, because I have it all written in a Google document. But as I was writing chapter 4, actually, I was realizing there's not enough suspects for Dominic to kind of investigate to make this story, I guess, the length I want it to be. Because I originally had 3 suspects, one of them actually being the murderer who he eventually figures out, or he doesn't figure out, who knows, I don't really know the ending of the story. But there was only 3 nailed on suspects, one of them who was actually the killer. So there's really 2 suspects who are not the killer that he investigates, and I feel like I could have done it with at least one more. So I worked on that yesterday, but I still want to rework the plot of that a little bit, so that's what I'm going to be working on today. So yeah, I'm probably going to transition into taking some notes, doing some research on that, and I'll see you guys when I'm back. Okay, so I finished writing some more notes to help me flesh out my murder plot and to kind of make it a bit more, make it make more sense to me, is what I'm trying to say. Because I liked what I had already, but I kind of felt like I didn't do enough research and I didn't go into enough detail, because when it comes to certain scenes that I'm gonna have to write, or when I have to do the big reveal and the red herrings and all that stuff, all of that's very new to me. So I wanted to make sure I was setting myself up for success, if that makes sense. Like, obviously, this is a first draft, but I kind of approach first drafts differently, which is probably my downfall and why it takes me so long to write books. But I really try to make sure everything's as good as it can be instead of just kind of getting the story done. I'm going to try and not do this with this project because it's really just about getting a certain amount of words done in the month. But yeah, I'm rambling now, but I think I reworked the murder plot just enough to help me and keep me on a guided path to write the best mystery murder story that I can. So yeah, gonna start work on my chapter 5 outline now. I'm gonna start work on my chapter 5 outline now, and then probably do some work on chapter 5. Might do that off camera. There will probably be a writing time lapse of me clicking away on my little keys somewhere in the video, maybe on the later in the week. I don't want to really put too many of those in the videos anymore. I'm not sure if you guys like them or not. If you guys do, let me know, and I'll keep doing them. But I probably will just put like 1 or 2 in the video throughout the week to just show you my writing process and how things are going. But I probably won't do one for every day. It is only Tuesday. I've still got a couple more days. And I also wanted to transition into my next kind of major point of this vlog, which is to gather more research and inspiration for my story. Now, in the previous video, I did show you guys that Batman and the Batman is one of my major inspirations. Now, I showed you the Court of Owls, and I also said the most recent Matt Reeves movie were like my 2 biggest inspirations. But I did not mention the fact that the Hush storyline, which the Batman is partially inspired by, is one of the major elements of the murder plot, and the whole motive of the killer and everything that they're doing is based off that run. I don't currently own that run, so it's a little harder for me to constantly go back and reference things than it is with the things that I do. I know I can probably find that online, but I like holding things in my hand sometimes. Like, I really can't read online. I think it's partly because my ADHD brain, or my eyes are going bad, because yeah, my eyes are definitely going bad. Like, I tried to put in my contact today, and yeah, I wear one contact because I have this rare eye condition where one of my, what is it called? My corneas are not shaped right. So I have to wear this like weird hard contact that's really hard to put in, but that's besides the point. It's really hard for me to read online, so I like holding things in my hand. So tomorrow I'm gonna check out this cool new comic book like vintage store that opened in my neighborhood. Gonna check that out, see if they have the comic book. If they don't, I'll try and find something similar. Like, I might find the Watchmen series or the Constantine, maybe a Constantine comic book. That's not really related to the story in any way, except for the main character, who is like a magician detective. And the only thing that relates him to my main character is that they're both detectives and they're both kind of morally gray characters. So I might find that if they don't have the Hush storyline, but hopefully they do, because it's one of the more popular Batman stories. So I'm hoping they have it. So yeah, next time you guys see me, it'll probably be Wednesday, and I'll probably be on my way to the comic book store. So yeah, gonna try and get some work done today, and I'll let you guys know how it goes tomorrow.
Looks like I made a mistake.
Okay, so after I went to the record store, I came home and worked on chapter 5. I actually finished it, and then I went in and checked my NaNoWriMo graph. I actually have met my word count goal for 3 of the days so far, and yeah, making good progress this week.
I'm a chess fucking master.
Okay, guys, so I just wanted to check in probably for the second to last time for this vlog. It is currently Friday, July 12th. I didn't do any writing yesterday, unfortunately. I hung out with my girlfriend for most of the day. We made spring rolls from scratch, and we also got 2 free Slurpees from 7-Eleven since yesterday was 7-Eleven and they were giving away free Slurpees. But we went to 2 different 7-Elevens. I don't know if that's illegal or not, but yeah, so that's what I did yesterday. And not really too upset that I didn't write yesterday. Yesterday was the only day that I didn't write, and on Monday I wrote like double my word count goal for the days. So I kind of pre-planned for that anyway. So like I'm still on track to making my goal for this week. And if I just, buckle down and write a lot today and tomorrow, then I'll be right on track. So yeah, I'm not going to start writing right now though, actually, because I am playing soccer later. I know I probably mentioned this in my first introduction video, but soccer is like my other main interest. I've got a lot of little hobbies and stuff, but like soccer is like the one that I've been doing since I was a kid. So yeah, I'm gonna go play soccer, gonna come back here and then probably talk to you guys about where exactly in the story that I am and like some things I might want to rework. Because I know earlier I said I wanted to get the Batman comic to help me with inspiration. I wasn't able to do that. Don't think I'm gonna be able to get to that this week, but I can still do some research on some things that might help me, because I've been searching up little random things online, like what does cyanide poisoning look like, or like just random murder stuff. Like if an FBI agent saw my search history, I would probably get put on a watch list.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
But it's not me, it's for the book. So yeah, that's what I'll do, and I'll come back and then I'll get into writing and then I'll wrap this whole thing up. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I am back from playing soccer, and now it's time to give you guys a little insight on where I am in my nano project, Court of Rooks. So recently on Wednesday, I finished chapter 5, and I'm now in the process of planning out chapter 6, and we're kind of progressing with the investigation, and Dominic is building up his list of suspects and he's putting pieces together, but it's slowly and surely coming, but he's still not exactly where he needs to be at. And according to my beat sheet, I'm at the catalyst, which is 10%, and I'm moving into the debate, which is 10 to 20% of the book. I'm currently at 14,000 words in the entire manuscript, so yeah, that's kind of a lot considering I'm still kind of in the beginning of the book. I'm what I like to call an overwriter. Like, I keep watching other people's vlogs and stuff, and they keep saying they're able to write out of order or they do dialogue first. I cannot do any of that. I've never been able to do any of that. I have to write linear. I have to write in a linear fashion. I have to do it chapter by chapter. I can't jump all over the place, because for me, I just feel like I won't be able to keep things consistent if I write scenes out of order, because I'm like, character development has to happen. So like I have to get to that character development to be able to write my characters in a way that makes sense to me.
What?
I'm sure it actually is a good way of writing and helps you finish faster, but personally, I've just never been able to write non-linearly. I think that's a word. But yeah, I'm in chapter 6. I'm progressing through my beat sheet. I hope that the next couple of beats go by not quicker, but I just hope they're not as wordy, because I'm hoping that this book is between 70 to 80,000, which would be on the very low end for me in terms of manuscripts. My shortest manuscript is 85,000 words, about 86,000. It's the second book in my fantasy series, The Eldenarian Artifacts. And funnily enough, it's the book that I think is the worst thing I've ever written. I actually want to go and rewrite that one day, but that's probably so far off in the future. Or maybe it's not in the future, because maybe I'll decide to go ahead and self-publish the first book in that series, which is called The Black Lotus. You can read the first draft of that on Wattpad. I'll link it somewhere. But yeah, we're not here to talk about that though. We're talking about Court of Rooks, and I think it's going pretty well. It's a new genre for me, but it's not too different from other things I've written, so I feel pretty comfortable. I like the writing style I've chosen for this. I like my characters, even though I am a little worried that I'm introducing too many of them too soon. But that's just something I might have to address in the edit. I just kind of have to get the story and everyone out now. But I talked to my girlfriend about it. She says there's not too many characters and I'm not doing it too quickly, but I just can't shake that feeling that maybe I'm throwing too much at the reader too soon. But that I'll just have to see about that later. But yeah, I'm going to get to work on planning my outline for chapter 6, and then I'm going to start work on chapter 6 and hopefully meet my goal for Friday. I'll probably end the video after, whatever time lapse I include. And yeah, I hope that you guys are having a good nano. Let me know how your projects are going in the comments. I would love to talk about whatever you guys are working on. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.